You have two wines in front of you. One wine is $10.99 and one wine is $39.99. Which one is more expensive?
They taste so similar.
And that feels more balanced. There's not a specific thing that's like sticking out.
Of these two, I think B is definitely the better wine for me.
They smell the same, honestly.
Oh, this one's so hard.
She got legs. She don't.
You are wrong.
No, I like this one better. This one's $100 because I got good taste.
A 2011 study found that participants of a blind taste test had a 50-50 shot at identifying if a wine was expensive. Things like bottle shape, music, and lighting can influence the value we put on the wine we're drinking. The biggest influence, however, is the price. The price tag on your wine bottle isn't telling you the whole story. Think about the ways we've purchased things in the last 100 years. They've all upgraded countless times. We can buy clothes and food straight from the source, bid on the price of our furniture, and even rent certain goods before committing to our purchase. But for some reason, the process of buying wine hasn't changed in the last 90 years.
Let's pay taxes and markups on wine for the rest of the time.
That's because in the US, we have something called the three-tier system. And it came to life after the death of Prohibition in the early 1930s.
In my personal opinion, it's an archaic system brought on board to slow down the consumption of wine.
It was originally created to regulate a newly re-legalized alcohol industry, preventing big booze producers from muscling out the competition. The system introduced a third-party distributor to act as a middleman between producers and drinkers. Here's how it works. The winemaker makes the wine. They sell it to a distributor who sells it to bars, restaurants, and bottle shops. By the time it reaches you, that wine has been marked up at least twice. The price can jump even more when that same wine is sold by the glass at a restaurant.
So a restaurateur, they will make their money back on the first glass. Anything after that is considered profit.
If you're a big bulk winemaker and can produce a bottle of wine for $1 or $2, that's no problem. But the small wineries putting out more interesting bottles get hit hard. What might cost a big bulk winery $2 to make might cost the craft winery $10.
We're not supporting our small producers by making them compete in a system that, quite frankly, it's outdated.
The quality small batch wine was always going to cost more, but under the three-tier system, most wine drinkers might ask, is it still worth it after the markups? Think of it this way. On an airplane, the difference between an economy seat and an economy plus might be a few extra inches of legroom. Would a little extra space be nice? Sure. But is it worth the premium price?
Cash or card?
With wines, that markup isn't the fault of the winemaker. They're just trying to sell a more interesting wine, but the price might be prohibitive, making it tougher to sell.
Bottom line will always rule big business. So they see that Cabernet sells a lot. So why promote something like an Albarino sparkling wine, shall we say, that is very unusual, right?
Wine culture is changing. Your favorite winemakers have a social media presence where they can introduce curious wine drinkers to grapes and wine varieties that don't get the same kind of love and ballooning price that a big Pinot might get. But what would the market look like without the middleman? And what could it mean for the price of wine?
If you had wine clubs where people could order stuff, where price was not out of reach, and people could truly test out different things, then we're bypassing those two gatekeepers, who's basically making purchasing decisions and deciding what the public is going to taste.
One thing's for sure, with our current system, the price tag on your bottle says a lot more about our Capone-era distribution laws than the wine you're actually drinking.
You can't put a price on happiness.
For now.